Hello and welcome to the SML podcast. This is SML Total Access and I'm Primetime 000. And with me today, as always, is my trusted co-host, ZZ the Great. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Prime? We are in the building, Total Access, back again, doing our thing. Corona or not, man, we're here. We're gonna show up regardless. Hey, we are your Corona support out here in these streets.
Yes, sir. We don't know how long we're going to do this before we get locked down, but we're going to keep on. We're going to keep on keeping on, right? So, hey, man, a lot of stuff.
Even during the lockdown, baby, we still going.
Yeah. Hey, we're stuck at home, so it's all we got to do is just podcast.
Right. We might give you 2 a week.
Yeah, we'll see. That's my plug. A second one coming this week. Coach Polly. Coach Polly's got a podcast. Told him I'd give him a plug. That's my chance right there. Coach Polly podcast. Yeah. Check it out this week. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fire. So, speaking of,
hey man, y'all check out Coach Polly, man. Coach Polly has some interesting stuff, man. He keeps it real. So
he does.
If you haven't listened to Coach Polly, man, take a chance out. Listen to the man.
Yeah, he
spends a lot of time on that.
He does good. But speaking of fire, Washington Redskins have won a Simbardi. They've won a Primer Bardi. Is he the best player in the SML? Coach Polly's hyping this guy up.
First of all, congratulations to Sunday for winning the SML championship. The first guy in the history of the SML to win a Primer championship and an SML championship. Now, the only thing that he beat the Bills in the Super Bowl, and only catalyst I've seen of his is grams. He has a lot of trouble with grams.
Yes,
and so I'm not gonna say he's the best player, but I'm gonna say he's very methodical. He knows how to win. I think I even heard Gov in chat one time talk about the fact that how he managed the clock. But hey, dude, don't put him in a position where he can manage the clock. It's not against the rules. It's totally fine for him to kind of you don't want to run it down on every play, but he's great at clock management, which I think is an attribute that you are pretty good at.
Right. It is. In all aspects of the game, he seems to be a great player, and I think he's getting more hype because he completely wrecked through the NFC at the end of last season when he took over.
Yes.
Then he came in. He beat Oshie in the playoffs. He beat Gov in the playoffs.
Convincingly.
Convincingly. And he beat somebody else as well. I forget. Might have been Future Empire. Don't quote me. But this guy is legitimate. And then he played a Super Bowl against Kong, which might have been his least talented opponent, but it was a Super Bowl nonetheless, and he convincingly beat Kong. And he's still not. He doesn't seem to be getting too much respect from a lot of guys. I know Coach Polly's kind of piping up. Is it just because he hasn't earned his stripes yet? Do you think, or what's the deal with that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's him coming from the Primer. We had a Primer versus Primer Super Bowl, man. For a lot of SML guys, that tends to be a bit of a slap in the face that we let some new guys come into our league, get to the Super Bowl, compete for our Simbardi, and one of the guys came out on top. And apparently, and it happened to be the guy that won the championship in the Primer the year before. So, hey, man, you got to give this man some respect. He came into the league. He's doing what he's got to do. He's not causing any drama. He's playing his games. He even comments fairly well in chat. So, hey. Yeah. Got to give the guy some respect at one point. But as you know, in the SML, longevity is key. You don't get a lot of respect until you've been here for a while, until you communicated for a while, until you've gotten to the mix. So, I think that holds a big aspect because a lot of guys don't. If they don't know you, they're not gonna interact with you as much.
Right. I guess the final thing I would say on that is last cycle I said that I was going to pass the torch to Meats, right? Meats was the next best member in the SML. It looked like Gov for a second there, but Gov's, I think people have caught up to Gov, being honest.
Yes.
Sunday Squad, if he finishes out this cycle strong, and if he has a strong cycle, Madden 21, he might be the next one to hold the torch. But like you said, consistency and longevity is a big deal. He had a good team that Gamepad built, so we'll see how we can do moving forward. It's an exciting time, though, for sure. Moving on, though, He wins a
What?
lot of
What?
games. He beats a lot of
Yeah.
great guys, and he seems respectable about it. Some people throw in a good game. Some people don't throw in a good game. Hey, good game, man. Nice stuff. Whether it's in DMs or in chat. What's your thoughts on that? And is it necessary, or what's your thoughts?
For me, it's necessary. For me, I throw a good game regardless, man. Even if I send you cheesed a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I still tell you the good game because I feel like I'm in the camp where even though I'm an admin and I should report every single thing I do, but if it's minor stuff, I see you move a safety real quick and then hop to a linebacker. I mean, I'm not gonna jump you, and go and report you for that. If I see you consistently doing it, then I might tell you something about it.
Right.
And I'm not one to complain that much, but regardless, you should still offer that good game. And there's a couple guys here that they get in their feelings about this game, man. They really seriously feel like it's a slap in the face to them, some kind of personal issue, or it's not their fault. It's mainly the not their fault guys who do it. And they don't offer a good game, man. And before every game, man, I give a good look and a good game, man, because hey, man, it's a competition, man. We're having fun. We got to remember that.
Yeah.
It's very important to remember that we out here having fun, man. This is a game.
Right. And I try to do the good luck thing. I'm not as good with it, but I always throw in a good game. And it's the people who don't throw in the good game. I mean, it's a sportsmanship thing, right? It's just a sportsmanship thing. And on top of it, most
Yes,
of the people, I think it's a very small few. Is it a deal
yes.
breaker? No, but at the same time, I also think the people who don't throw in good game usually don't say good game after they won either. So if you can't say it when you lose, don't say it when you win. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
but
And don't worry, I note sometimes of the guys that don't tell me good game,
mm-hmm,
and I return the favor
mm-hmm,
when I if I happen to win.
mm-hmm. And uh, yeah, and what was I gonna say based off of that? But Lord, I don't even know what I was gonna say. I was just gonna say that I don't know what I was gonna say. So I guess we'll
They're
just move
that
on.
good. I mean, the people that do give good games are usually the people who win
Mm-hmm.
and the
Oh
people
yeah,
who
I know what I was gonna
lose. Yeah,
say. It's like
yeah. See, I reminded you.
most of the time, like for example, just naming a guy who wins a decent amount of games, but maybe not be in the playoffs. Like Rowan Kuh, for example, he throws in good
Yeah,
games. He's a good sport. He plays his games. Spooky World, another one. Good game. Posts on Twitter. Does his things. He's a playoff contender. He,
yes,
but when he loses, people don't throw in gifs making fun of him. So like for me, it's I have to always be, hey, good game, and I can't rage like that because I also know that I put myself in a situation on the daily basis, putting videos up. Hey, 15-time
yeah,
champ, so
yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah, yeah.
you can't be cocky when you win and then expect to not be humble in defeat and say, hey man, you earned that good game. So I don't know, just something to think about,
Yeah.
something to chew on.
It's something to think about. Some of you guys, man. That's not necessary to to get in your feelings behind the game. I think it's the overall discussion here.
So
This is a game.
yeah, um,
That's
I got Corona.
what
That's
it
Corona
boils
watch.
down.
AFC
I can't get it over the mic.
AFC versus NFC. That's a debate I've had with a few members. Which one's better in the SML? We got some elite teams on both conferences. Is there a
Yes.
go away winner?
Um, this is a big discussion because you can look at it two ways. You can look at it as okay, the AFC has higher winning percentages. But then you can look at the fact that the NFC might have higher competition because we play some tough regular season opponents. So if I'm looking at the conference here and I'm seeing at the top of the AFC, okay, we got the Patriots, we got the Colts, two very great teams. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers, Chris Dishman, which is, he's a good player. And then you got Conk and then Meats. Those are six very good players, not including Haas and Woods. But then you go down to the NFC and you got You got the Redskins, which is Sunday. He's been added to our roster. We got the Bucks, who has been showing up. He went pretty deep into the playoffs last. He made it past the wild card round at least. And then we got Lawyer Killer, previous champion. Then we got Grams, a guy who could, I think, is going to probably win one pretty soon. And then you got Oshi in fifth place. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got Future, and then Viking Spooky World. You know, it's a lot of great guys here. I mean, now I will admit that the bottom half of the NFC is kind of like pretty bad considering the South and
Right.
stuff. But look down at the South, man. One of the bottom people at the in our conference is the Eagles, the governor. How long do you think that's gonna last?
Right. Um,
So
they're about a push. I think it's just a push. I mean, any given.
yeah,
Um, but I will say, give me the top 10 in the NFC versus the top 10 in the AFC, and I think the AFC is a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper. I mean, you have
yeah,
Dumpahontis there, Rolls Royce, the Browns.
yeah,
Obviously, I feel like the NFC or AFC is a little bit deeper. But when you get to the top part, I mean, you compare the top three teams: Oshi, Gov, in most cases. You probably throw
yeah,
Grams and Future up there against myself, Meats, and then after myself and Meats, Haas has kind of been consistent. You don't really have a third great team, I think, in the AFC, but AFC a little bit deeper,
yeah.
maybe a little bit tougher to make the playoffs in.
Yeah, I think the NFC's top five or top six might be a little better than the AFC. I mean, than the AFC. But I think overall, like you said, top 10 and overall together, the AFC is a stronger conference.
So it is
So
interesting, though. I think
yeah,
it's spread out. There's some parity, and that's a good thing.
that's
Um,
that's a great thing.
But let's move on now. Switching gears, right? So to the barbershop talk. We got two barbershop topics here. So let's go part one.
Yes.
I posted in chat and I got blasted about this. I'm thinking about getting an old Xbox 360 or PS3 and just playing old Madden games. Madden 07, Madden 08. Maybe if they have another Xbox game out there, or PS3 game out there like Blizz the League or something. Might pick that up at some point. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm not a fan of playing games more than once, first of all. Second of all, I think the um, graphics and gameplay you might realize are not what you remember them to be. The incremental changes in gameplay that have happened over the years in many games, people find this out all the time when they get those emulators and these games you can buy the one system for $50 and it has 600 games on it. And
Right,
dude, you don't want to play literally out of those 600, maybe 10,
right,
because those games were built bad compared to today's standards and what we expect from a game. So you have to be careful when you go into getting a 360 and trying to play old games because it can be a slap in the face after you boot that thing up and recognize what you're playing.
right. Yeah, and I posted in chat about it, and then I think it was Mike FML. He said, he's like, just buy an SNES Classic. They got the PS1 Classic. They got a few different ones,
Hmm.
NES or whatever. They probably have them for what, 60, $80, $60 to $80.
Yep.
Maybe it's more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, my
Maybe less.
maybe less. I don't know. Probably go on Facebook Marketplace, get one for $30. So
Yep.
my thought on it was we've got one of those SNESs before. One of those it had Mario on it. Whichever one has like Mario. Um,
Yes. Which will
played
play fine.
it played and it had like 25 other games, and I only played like two of the games on there. So like
Exactly.
if I want the true retro experience, I don't really care about any of the games. We got the SNES Classic like the day it came out, and we played it for 30 minutes, and that was about it. Um,
Now it's in the closet.
it's in the closet, right? So Uh, probably would be the same thing for the Xbox
uh, uh,
360. I'm guessing if I spent I had a deal for $20. I might get it off Facebook. $20. I have to buy Madden '08 for like $2 or $3. They got it on Facebook for like $3 or $4. My thing was I wanted to just play with the old rosters, kind of screw around in franchise mode, just something to tinker around with. Obviously, I'm not expecting it to be something I do all the time, but just something to screw around with.
Yes.
I think that's.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. If that's your motive, and I mean, it's going to cost you a total of $28. I mean, by all means, do it. I mean, have fun, get that experience out. I just don't think that you should expect for it to be what you remember it to be.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I was going more for like a nostalgia feel, and I see what you're
It's
getting
a
with that.
nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But in the same token, I guess Mike had mentioned the SNES thing, and to me, it's the same version of retro gaming for me. Because look, I grew up on PS3. I was in like middle school when that
Uh,
dropped. So that's my retro gaming, I guess. It's when I was growing up. That's what I
yes.
played. So I don't know. I think
Yeah.
the
And but
SNES is better.
I will also agree, and Ike with uh, shout out to Mike.
Mhm.
Uh, but NES games seem to carry over a lot better than the PlayStation stuff,
Right.
just because of the simplicity of the controls and the way that they were built for fun rather than a serious type game. Because you
Right.
try to play a serious type game with outdated graphics, with outdated control systems, that's a lot different than playing Mario Brothers or the
Right.
old Smash Brothers or
Right.
Metroid or something. That's totally different for me. And but the way I see it, man, if $28, man, you ain't gonna kill yourself with it. And if you just want to have that experience, hey, by all means, brother, do it.
Right. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I muted my mic. But yeah, I agree. I guess I agree. I'm probably not even gonna get it. It's just something to talk about, though. So let's go to barbershop talk too, though. Another big debate, and our final topic here
Yes.
on SML Total Access today is the coronavirus. Everyone's talking about it. People are panicking. What's your thoughts? Should we panic, and should we start stocking up on stuff, or if you haven't already?
The line that I'm drawing is between panicking and keeping a level head. I'm not fighting for nobody for no freaking toilet paper.
Mhm.
God forbid, if it comes to that, that's not a life-threatening situation. If it comes to it, I'll cut up a bunch of damn t-shirts and towels, and we will have a bag, and we will wash every single day if we have to. As long as the power stays on, you got to do what you got to do. But I went into the store yesterday, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff. I bought a bunch of meat. I bought a bunch of charcoal. I went. The toilet paper was out, so I got a bunch of paper towels. I took like tons of paper towels. So I'm like, shit, paper towels work just as good. You cut those in half, man. You got a roll of toilet paper. So I stocked up on the essentials, just in case, like if the power goes out, I got charcoal to cook with, and then I even went and got some dry ice, and just a couple things that only cost me a couple $100, but I got peace of mind that I mean I have about 4 or 5 people living here because my wife's sister is over here and my daughter and my little baby, which is 4, and my wife. So I think if we have to lock down, which I'm sure Greg Abbott is going to lock us down this afternoon. He has a press conference at 3. I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be about. But it's if we have to lock down, man, we got to be prepared to survive for a couple months, and you don't want to be fighting with these people in grocery stores behind stupid crap. So there's a fine line of being prepared and mass hysteria.
Right. I actually I'm on the same side as you on it where I think some people are obviously going overboard. You can scroll on social media and see people coming out with a fork truck of toilet paper and loading it in the back
That's
of their, a little
really,
extreme, right? But
yeah,
it doesn't hurt to be prepared and have some stuff, or a few weeks worth, or even a month's worth.
dude. I can see water, food. Okay,
Hmm.
those are life sustaining things that you
Right.
need.
Right.
Toilet paper, not like worst case scenario, you end up with a. So it's not like it's gonna destroy your life.
Right.
Even though we have plenty here, but it's just like that. I don't think that. I think that's just blown way the hell out of proportion,
I'm not
and
even
people need
against
to chill out.
I'm not even against having, a month's worth of that. I think that
Exactly.
I think that people I mean, you're stupid not to have at this point with places shutting down now, a few weeks to a month's worth of stuff, because when your state shuts down, if that's how they're going to do it, state by state, then
Yes.
the stores are just going to go crazy. Like they're going to be worse because now everybody knows, oh crap, we're shut down. Everyone's going to run to the stores and they're going to be out.
Yep.
So now it's kind of like
Yep.
your last chance to kind of get the stuff. But that being said, don't freaking get
Don't
come
don't
out with
don't
a
go
Ford
fight
truck.
nobody on
Yeah,
no damn
don't
toilet
get
paper and get
stabbed.
stabbed
I
in the
don't I don't
store.
I don't want to have to replace you because you went to prison over fighting over toilet paper, Mikey.
Exactly. Dude, I went and bought a 5 pound bag of sugar. I'm not the 5 pound, the 10 pound
Mm-hmm.
bag of sugar and the 10 pound bag of rice. I bought a bunch of stuff, but just stuff that I know that can sustain me for months on end. The
Right.
dry ice, man, that'll last you for 8 to 10. A lot of people are not thinking about this. If the power does shut down, I understand it's a virus, but there are situations that everybody's at home, everybody's consuming power. You can have rolling blackouts, you can have all kind of stuff to happen. And if that does happen, you want to be prepared for that. And if you need to cook outside and barbecue a whole bunch of stuff, you're going to need somewhere to store that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what the dry ice is for. And
Right.
it can last up to 10 to 12 days and keep you, fed and all that before you have to hit the streets with the backpacks.
It is. It is crazy just to see how fragile life can possibly be at times. But I think good will prevail. I think that
Oh, oh,
this will kind of
yeah. It's
clear its
always
way
a fact.
soon.
Man, look, I think it's a teaching lesson for everybody. It's showing everybody how much we through all the vitriol and the bickering and the political discourse, we all are in the same boat together. I mean, it's the same thing with the always equated to Independence Day when the aliens invaded. Where everybody recognized that they're human. They had to create a world coalition to try to battle something that was outside
Hmm.
of us. And with this virus, it's something that's not discriminative. It doesn't care who you are, congressmen, superstars, Tom Hanks, everybody, anybody can get it. So we need to all band together and do the right thing. Do
It
what's right. And all the Generation Z's, stop fucking partying, stop doing the thing, passing it to your parents, which are passing it on to older adults, which
mhm.
eventually will kill your grandmother.
Yep.
So
It is
we have to really understand that fact. Just because you're immune doesn't mean
right.
the rest of the world is.
Right. It is interesting. That's a good point. It's a time where maybe the country could come together. You think of a 9/11 stuff like that, where
Yeah.
you see the trying times and people did come together. Not so much this time around. Not so much this time around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems like it's more elbows and arguing. I blame this towards social media more than anything, kind of causing maybe a more frightened sense. Obviously, post 9/11, we're 20 years past that just about now, and
Yeah.
I think
This
that's
is
a good
just the
layer.
panic part. But trust me, these numbers are going to shoot through the roof.
Hmm.
There's going to probably be millions infected before it's all over. Mark
So,
my words. So I'm just telling you, because what was it, the Congress health administrator or whatever for Congress?
mhm.
He estimated 75 million to 150 million people could eventually
Isn't that crazy?
have this. And as you know, it's 360 million people in this country. That's damn near half of the people. So just be vigilant out there, man. Stay safe. If you can stay inside, stay inside. Unfortunately, my ass has to go to work.
Yep. So you heard it, man. Trust these words. Take heed. Be ready, but don't panic. If there is a national shutdown, though, SML moving to like 5 hour advances. No reason you guys can't get your games in. Uh,
Goddamn right.
that was SML Total Access. Though we're about 25 minutes in. Hopefully you
Yes.
guys listen this far in. If not, well, oh well. Um,
Yeah.
thanks for listening, guys, and
Oh, trust me, they listen the whole way, Prime.
you guys take it easy.